Epic Boobs, this show's about stuff.
Pancakes are candy? No,
yes,
how are
guys,
they candy?
Let's be honest with ourselves. They are cakes.
Yeah, it's a cake.
They're delicious
Wait,
cakes.
we're talking pancakes, not tasty cakes.
Wait, what? How could you get this mixed?
I don't know. This motherfucker's calling pancakes candy.
Pancakes.
Welcome back for a new week of Epic Boobs video podcasts. I'm Luke.
I'm Paul.
I'm Tom.
I'm Nick.
And today we're going to talk about the remnants of what the VGAs were, the good trailers. Mostly, though, we want to talk about Guillermo Del Toro taking a stand for games and saying they're just a viable form as entertainment and narrative, and that's why he's making one.
That's pretty sweet.
Whoa. Go Guillermo.
Is that why he left The Hobbit?
Yeah, that's why he left.
Like,
the
guys,
Hobbit.
I'm actually a little upset about that. If that's the reason why he
No,
left
that's
the
not why he left the Hobbit.
The Hobbit
He has like
because-
95 other movies he's making right now.
That's true. That's true.
He's like, look, I need to make Hellboy's Labyrinth 4.
And what, the Mountain of Madness, right?
Yeah.
Or the Mouth of Madness.
Dude, he's attached to so many projects, it's not even funny.
And he's like, I'm not gonna make Spanish movies anymore. He's like, I don't give a fuck about the Spains.
It's like Robert Rodriguez. Robert Rodriguez is like,
Spains.
yo, I want to do Sin City 2. Sometime within 15 years. I don't know.
Hey,
Yeah.
man, Spy Kids 4 was calling. He was like,
Stallone was calling.
He was like,
Stallone, yeah.
he was like, hey man, what's up? He's like, oh, nothing, man. Just working on this Sin City 2 script. He's like, yeah. Hey, Jessica Alba's busy for that, but she's not busy if you want to do a kids movie. He's like, all right, Spy Kids 4, let's make it happen.
I guess
It's not busy if you don't want if you want to waste your time and money.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Speaking of someone with a million projects, Robert Rodriguez is pretty booked.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
But now let's not get too derailed. The VGAs
Right.
every year come out, and the main reason to watch them is for announcements. There's no other, like, who gives a shit about the awards, right?
Yeah. Well, I will say this though. This year's presentation was really cool because
Yeah.
they did that. They had it shown, but then they did a whole bunch of like graphic overlays on the inside. So like when they were showing the scenes from video games, like you couldn't see it if you were in attendance.
Right.
But people watching at home got to see. It was almost like the whole arena or venue was built up to like show the thing. That was kind of neat.
That's kind of
That's
sweet.
awesome.
The rest of it sucked dick though.
Of course, I think each year they go a little further into finding what they're actually supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
But every year, it's still
The
bad.
writing is probably the worst writing I've ever seen. But
Well, the problem, I think one of the main problems is, and it's a problem that Guillermo Del Toro is trying to sort of beat, is like trying to make video games the exact same thing as movies, where they're
Right.
completely different mediums.
Well, you need that star power. You need that, like, you need somebody to, like, push them and, like... And,
Absolutely, but I'm saying, like, trying to put it in the same format as like an Academy Award
Right.
ceremony, it's like, it's totally different. They're video games. They're
Dude,
not.
I can't wait till Meryl Streep comes out and presents Best First-Person Shooter.
Dude, Glenn Howard did this year's Best First-Person Shooter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's really funny.
Yeah.
I think
star power.
the game he announced is called Insane, and
Right.
it's not coming out till like 2013. But it's so clearly like a horror title, a lot of
Right.
tentacles, so it's gonna have probably a lot of Lovecraftian stuff. Because if you know Del Toro, you know he loves
Right, he loves that shit.
Lovecraft and all that like obscure Cthulhu,
He loves
terror and horror.
He loves monsters described as, it was so hideous you could see this specific thing, but the rest was too horrifying to even say.
Yeah, he does. He does. And he came up and he on the stage and was just like, I've grown up a gamer. He's like, it drives me nuts that people don't see this as a real thing. People just still write it off as like games when like some of the best storytelling
Right.
is happening in games right now.
I agree. I mean, it's good to have somebody there who is like a great storyteller and sees this as a medium to like expand on that. Because I mean, there are great games out there and there are great stories out there, but sometimes I feel like they fall short. Like we talked about Red Dead a lot.
Yeah.
And like that story is great up until that last act.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's where it falls apart. But
It's and that last act, well, without talking about it, is sort of like the finale of The Sopranos, where it's kind of like it just slows things down to such a point where you see what they're trying to do, but you don't necessarily like it.
Right.
I feel like to make an argument to people that games are a art, as the argument goes, it's just a dumb argument to have with anybody.
The thing with like the whole games as art thing is, it's like the only there's a big difference in that like it's a totally different medium, so it's just like the VGAs and the Academy Awards. You can't compare them directly because they're totally different.
Right.
It's like there's an art in creating a great map. There's an art in creating good character models. That's where video game art lies.
Right.
Not in there's a chance that there is art and storytelling there too.
Right.
But it's like it's completely different things you need to look at with a video game in order to say it's art. You can't say it's art based on novels or movies because they're completely different media.
Yeah, but it's hard when your audience like wants to like shoot Nazis and teabag their friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's the hard sell.
But at the same time, you know, the argument comes down to one is interactive, one isn't. One isn't, you know?
Two totally different mediums.
So it's completely different to compare a film with a game. It's stupid.
Yeah, but I mean, they have the same elements. Like it's the storytelling elements. It's about how to adapt that we're used to into this new medium.
Yeah, like I don't think that anybody's hoping that they're like nominated for super awards or anything like that.
Right.
But I think it's just a matter of who is it going to take to make a game to prove to all these old heads who don't really matter anymore that this is like the future.
Yeah.
Is because cinema is a finite experience. It's like this is the beginning and this is the end, and you have no say. And while technically you don't have a say in a game like Half-Life, which is fantastic, that's a very linear experience, or Uncharted, which is very linear, you really do get to feel like you're creating what's happening, even though you're guiding the experience.
Well, I hope that that's the case. Like, I mean, I hope Guillermo Del Toro has the end-all be-all cure for Pac-Man fever.